He's pretty good, aggressive like his brother. Shots fired. Oh, I like this map as well. I've seen this map before. I like the technology center, although it doesn't do anything except vision. He has a YouTube channel as well with the iconic Juicebox logo. Oh, okay. I have to check that out later. But yeah, we've got Juicebox as Germans in the right. And we've got TiTo as... Is it Ukraine? I think it's Ukraine. Yeah, it's Ukraine. In the blue. Interesting. Juicebox hasn't queued up a static defense, so I'm wondering if that's an actual choice or he just forgot so far. So we got some early aggression coming from both players, but that's always nice to see. He was a teacher for a month. You don't. If you're going double ref, you don't queue a defense. Oh, I think it's in the build charts, actually. I could be wrong though. Could be confusing it with level 2 build, but... Oh, this minigunner's on a mission, but... Oh. No. Okay. That would have been funny if he sneaked past, but I don't think he could. Well, that would have been cool. Well, the level 1 build is a newbie build. Excuse me? Ouch. Well, I guess that doesn't refer to me because I'm level 2. Maybe, hopefully 3 soon. Probably. I mean, I beat a level 3 today, so that's nice. I was happy about that. And I played Kato yesterday, which I was also pretty excited about to do. You could have more units. That is true. That is definitely true. And I guess it also makes sense because you are the one applying the early aggression in the early game. So chances of you getting early aggression in your main base, chances are pretty small. If that makes sense. Orp, if you want, you're always allowed to join me, so we can use your technical skills. So you can explain more of this in-depth tech you have for us. I guess that's fine, but how often do you play this? Yeah, that's what I meant. And I also usually cancel it out. It's just that for me, I've just been following the literal builder. So when Lundis today showed me that in his War Factory first build, he used 3 Grens and 2 Riflemen instead of going for 5 Riflemen and an Engineer. I don't know. How do I know that's valuable? How do I like, it's not in the build order, so I'm not gonna try it. But now that I've seen it, I actually like it as well. And then you can actually keep some variety in the same build order, which is nice. And I should transfer a harvester over here. I guess it doesn't make that much difference, but it's gonna get drained a lot faster compared to this. Maps are so open nowadays, yeah, that is true. And that's not the case with most TD maps though. Well, usually the starting building area where you start is usually like surrounded with a lot of cliffs. Like a little bit over here, but then a lot more. Hey Dupin, yeah, I'll do TD later, man. I'm always gonna do, every stream I'm gonna do both. The reason why I'm focusing a bit more on RA right now is because it's important for my improvement as well. I need to focus on mainly one game to get a better understanding of the entire CNC games. But so yeah, that's why I'm giving RA a little bit more love right now, but because I really like TD and played it a lot as a kid, I will always stream it for like an hour or 2. And it's a completely different game to watch with different strategies, etc. So it has its benefits of watching TDs from time to time. But Juicebox is trying to sneak into the technology center. And he's gonna do so. I could have pound, do I'll have to space out for lunch? Man, that's okay, like, that's nice. Let me just, sorry for the game right now, but every time I go out of the game it just completely pans to the right. I'll hop into the streaming Discord thingy. So if you wanna hop on, feel free to do so, man. It's always nice to have a caster on. Or I mean a teacher.
Oh.
Alright. Hello. That was fast. Hello. How you doing, man?
Good.
It's nice to have you on here, dude. If anyone, can anyone understand Orb perfectly here? Because Alpha can crank up the volume.
I don't think anyone can understand me perfectly, but...
Well, I guess they understand you better than me, because apparently my English is pretty Russian, so... Loud and clear, audio seems fine. Alright, cool. Nice. Glad to have you here, Orb. So, what are your... what is your thinking process right now for this game?
No, I wasn't watching it. I was typing in chat.
Alright, that's fair. I was trying to... This is so hard for me because I'm trying to watch it, and then because you were typing, because most of the things you're typing are actually interesting for me to see. So it's hard for me to keep up with both the game and the chat.
You'll never be a pro streamer unless you can keep track of the game and the chat at the same time.
Oh, this is all practice, man. I'm sweating my ass off and I don't care. I'm having a great time. This is what OpenRA is supposed to be. But, yeah, TiTo is getting pushed by this massive infantry blob.
Let me see.
TiTo's going for a sneak in the east, and I think Juicebox smelled it. He knows.
Yeah, there's no tanks in this look at, there's 0 rockets and 0 tanks. This is a terrible attack.
Yep. Yeah, the pillbox are gonna clean it up.
One pillbox could clean this entire army with no loss.
Yep.
There's the rockets.
What level is TiTo?
I think he's level 4, but he might not have played in a while. Yeah, he's level 4.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Is there like a level requirement for Raggle, or?
Nope.
Oh.
We're independent of Raggle. Actually, we're independent of everything. The levels don't mean anything.
Yeah, okay. So I was actually able to join if I wanted to. I probably wouldn't last long, but...
I think there's a lot of new players in Raggle this year, so...
Shame.
Could have...
Shame. I should have.
Taken some names.
Yeah. Damn, I should have. I regret my decision. But I was level 1 at the time, so probably I was like, eh. why should I try?
This is a messy fight. It's move command versus attack move. Attack move wins, I think.
What's the command called when you do like the control included to also attack all buildings?
Force it. Oh, that one. That's assault move.
Because I used that, and apparently if you do that, it ignores infantry and prioritizes buildings.
It shoots whatever's closest.
Oh.
So if a building's nearby, it'll shoot the building, even if there's infantry 1 cell farther out.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, and I lost almost like half of my infantry blob while my entire army was just cleaning up a ref for some reason.
Assault move is when you're fighting 3 fights at once, and you notice one of your armies is sitting in the middle of their base. You tell that army to assault move, and then you focus back on the other fights where there's actually, conflict.
Yeah, okay, so then I made the right decision to do so, except while I was using my other armies that needed microing, I noticed a small army of infantry in his main base, where I used the assault move, and some of it got cleaned up.
Yeah, it depends on the army size. I only do it with like really large armies where I know they'll just obliterate everything. Like this army on the right side would be what I'd expect the size of to do when assault moving. Because like the tanks are going to tank anyway, so like even if there are infantry, the tanks will take care of it.
Nice forward push by Juicebox. Economically, Juice is ahead, more ore patches.
Yeah, Juice has won this game.
Yeah. This was very nice.
He's just got more stuff.
Yeah, and TiTo's main base is completely destroyed, almost. Army value, almost double. It is double, almost triple.
No advantages for TiTo, and his attack on the right side is gonna peter out.
And he needs to play as well in 20 minutes. is his Raggle match, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I don't know if losing a bunch is gonna do TiTo any favors. He might just get salty. I know when I lose a lot, I stop playing standard and I start trying wonky things, which doesn't really help you.
Gotta go. Hope TiTo can still win a game tonight. Thanks for the stream, Carson. Hey, take care, dude. See you. Hopefully, when I get back to Belgium, we can meet up. That would be cool. Bane is not. Bane was supposed to play Who Cares today.
Well, that'd be a fun match.
But that couldn't go on, unfortunately, and I know because normally Who Cares was supposed to cast with me, but he couldn't make it. So it's very nice from Orb to jump on as well.
I have way too much free time, so
So
can always be a backup.
So do I. Yeah, that's pretty nice, and you're a key teacher as well, so it's always nice to have you on.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here before then, but I used to run the Academy server. I passed it off recently, right when you came into the community.
Oh, did you pass it on to Who Cares, or?
Yeah, he started the Academy, and then he got busy, and then I ran the Academy for a really long time. And then I kind of lost enthusiasm for it, so I gave it back to Who Cares.
Ah. Well, I still think you should make a TD Academy. You are Kato.
Make TD balanced first, and then I'll think about it.
Alright. Well, what do you want me to do?
Oh, no, sorry, I meant I need to make TD balanced.
Okay.
And then sorry, I worded that wrongly. TD needs to be balanced first, and then I'll do that.
Don't get me wrong, I want to help out though, but then I just need to know what to do.
But cause if I change the balance, the meta's gonna change, and so there'd be no point in writing guides.
Oh, but I do have a very good question for you, dude. It's nice to have you on right now, because I wanted to ask you this for a long time. I was watching the level 2 content, and you made a video about turrets, or like the heavy tank. You can do like heavy tank pressure with harvesters, and you can get in and out.
Yeah.
But I noticed in the video, it's like a year old or so, but you show that a heavy tank can kill a turret single-handedly. And then I tested this in today's build, and I did like 4 to 5 tests, and the turret won every time.
That's
pretty significantly.
I don't think turrets or heavy tanks have been changed. I guess I'll check in debug right now.
So I asked Morkel, because you weren't online in time. Morkel said, I have no idea. I said, I think normally a heavy tank can win, or it's either close. And I tried different tactics, like letting the tank go over ore to make it go slower, or just making it stand still. And then I tried to micro it around while shooting, but every time the turret won.
Yeah, I don't think anything's been changed. I'll check.
Yeah, then maybe I recorded it, so maybe I can show you later. But maybe I did some testing, something wrong in the testing. I don't know. Anyways, we got double ref for both players. But so far, I should say, Juicebox has some sort of, if he managed to cap this, the other oil in the left, I guess he has some advantage right now.
Huh, the turret won.
Oh, you tested it? And the turret actually wins pretty significantly. It does, like in your video, like the heavy tank almost takes no damage, but when I tried it out, man, the turret packs a punch against the tank.
Well, I don't know about that. The turret was at 10% for me. Was I... What did I do in the video? Because I know one way this could happen. I need to check my videos now.
Oh, I think I know. I think you were already in the turret range when you shot, and that's what I.
Oh yeah, heavy tanks have less range than turret.
So I think when the heavy tank has a chance to shoot first, then it probably wins. Because usually I needed like an extra 2 shots from the tank to kill the turret. In the best case scenario. Alright, still looking pretty equal here. Both applying some pressure with their first light vehicle. But Juicebox has an extra oil. So.
Oh, yeah. I already had it in range. So, yeah.
Yeah, alright, that was it. I was wondering like, what am I doing wrong?
I mean, so a caveat here is you can still 1v1 a turret. You just have to move the tank while firing.
All right.
So a turret will miss if the tank's moving around. So I'll test that right now, just so I'm not saying something stupid.
Yeah, I did one microing test, and I probably fucked up my microing a little bit. So there's probably a chance to win if you micro it. But it's good to know for people that when you get the first shot on that heavy tank, like for example, if you can see that the turret is placed down by your opponent and you manually target first, then I guess that's an advantage.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Not even microing saved this.
They're looking really... Ooh, we're seeing TiTo using some small forces.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I guess you're right, Pete. You're right.
Awesome, guys. We did it. We did it. Mission accomplished. Nah, it's just, you know, I was looking through every content, and I wanted to say props to your dog video, though. Because it was a nice example to show that in a real match, if you move cell by cell, what it actually can do.
Yeah, that's outdated though. Actually,
Is it?
I should put some comments on it. The dog in my patch after I made that video, I gave dogs half a cell more vision, so the diagonal movement thing isn't as big of an issue anymore.
Ah.
You can move diagonally now, and I think it'll be mostly fine. I haven't tested it extensively, but it's better because what happens is, so they originally had 5C0 range, which means vision works weird in RA. So if the vision, you can think of it like a circle. If vision doesn't cover the entire cell, you don't get vision of that cell. You can't have partial cell vision. So if you have 5 range on vision, that means in cardinal directions, good, you just 5 cells out. But when you go diagonally, you get partial cells. And so the engine just says, okay, round down. So you actually see less in diagonal direction.
Guess that makes
and
sense.
So if, for example, you move diagonally, and then when you move diagonally, you move into a cell that another unit sees in like a cardinal direction, northwest, south, east, west, you know, they see you, but you can't see them. Whereas if you, but anyway, I gave them half a cell more vision, so that cardinal directions are still the same, because they're 5.5 range, so they still can't see 6 range. But in the diagonal directions, they can see farther, because sometimes that was the distance, 5.5.
Okay, so they're still actually they can still be useful.
Oh, they're buffed. They're better.
Well, there you have it, boys. I need to use that as well, but I guess, for example, in the War Factory first build, do you just like build a kennel and a few dogs instead of an engineer?
So this is my personal preference. Other players will do different things, but so you used to be able to do that. You'd build a dog with your War Factory first, but we increased the price of the kennel to 200 as a balance change, and it's just really expensive to go for a dog with a kennel, because then it costs you 400 total to get the dog out, which is a lot. And so I don't know, I prefer not going kennel with War Factory first. I think it's much more viable with double ref.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have more infantry to use the dog with. If you only have War Factory first infantry, even if you have the range advantage, they can just, or vision advantage, they can just overwhelm your position, because you spent 400 on a dog. You could have had 4 more rifles. So instead you have like 5 rifles and a dog, instead of like 9 rifles, which is like double the damage.
Okay. I'll try and use that as well. Also, I like what Lundis showed. I didn't know that it was a thing as well, but he used the 3 grins early game. He produced with War Factory first, he built 3 grins and 2 minigunners. And he managed to kill a PP, and I was surprised at how much damage the 3 grins actually did to a PP.
Yeah. If you don't have anything ready for defense, they just kill the power plant. I like throwing out 2 grins, especially on maps where there's no oil. So if your opponent, so basically, let's say there's no oil on the map, maybe your opponent, maybe you want to rack skip because there's no real use for early infantry. But if you build the 2 grens, that checks your opponent, and make sure, A, did you rack skip? If you did, then I just killed you and I won the game. Because 2 grens can kill a power plant pretty fast. Or B, you lose the 2 grens and it's not a big deal. And you get a free scout. Not much investment.
TiTo is actually doing... Still holding on, by the way, talking about the game.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention again. Juicebox. Yeah, TiTo's doing better this game, but he has no map control. Actually, does he have any eco? Oh, he has the top right, but he's about to lose that.
He just expanded to that as well.
He has no scouting in the top right. If he had scouting, he might have been able to defend this. Oh, it looks like Juicebox is just taking more map control, but I bet he'll check that top right corner next.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a dead expansion.
Also, no static defenses there. Well, he has a Tesla coil, but
That's not gonna do it.
nope.
Wait, was that APC damage? It must have been.
Was it?
Well, it had to be, because the Tesla coil doesn't one-shot APCs anymore.
Oh yeah, that's
or
true.
Or should it? Or
As we
two
said,
patches
when
ago.
is that ever gonna happen? 1 heavy tank against 1 turret? Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Yeah, usually when you harass with heavy tanks, you send 2.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 is okay if you like park it at the edge of their ore out of sight, so it just kind of pokes at them occasionally and they don't notice.
Oh yeah, that's what TiTo did just a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah, he has one over there. So yeah, you just kind of park it in the ore patch and forget about it.
Oh yeah, he's done it in the south as well. Yeah, nice. And the heavy tank pretty does a lot of damage against a harvester. Like
Yeah, it's got that burst too, so it's nice to kind of just park it in the ore because every time it shoots, it does so much damage, even if the harvester's going in and out of range.
Well, TiTo managed to clean up this expansion, but
yeah, so they traded expansion for expansion.
Yep.
If TiTo can defend his main base, I think he'll be okay. Assuming Juicebox goes into it, which I think he will. Always going for the oil first. Good call.
Yep, but because
actually,
his economy is pretty drained.
TiTo's ahead because he's got the expansion in the bottom, which sometimes you forget about on this map.
Oh, he still has a coneyard up there as well.
Not for long. He
No,
should have ran more. Built a barracks, built an engineer, and then maybe come back in.
Yeah.
No, it's dead.
At least repair it and not now. That's too late. But yeah, he has to do something though because in the long game, Juicebox has all the expansion ores so far.
Oh, don't lose your harvesters. You need those.
No.
Actually, I think he's gonna get out.
Yep.
There's only 2 rockets.
He's gonna crush. He crushed some.
Yeah, he got that.
Ooh, the flamethrowers are pretty. One has 3 veterancy. That's pretty cool. And not anymore.
Yeah, they'll use flamethrowers on attack.
Yeah, they're pretty good on defense. I had them used against me, and then I'm like, what the hell? They do so much damage to blobs.
Yeah, so the projectile takes a really long time to reach its target. So if you're attacking with it, well, what it was targeting is probably already dead by the time the flamethrower gets there. So it doesn't really contribute that much on attack. But on defense, you have units constantly flowing into the same cell as they get killed, and then more units replace them. So that's when the flamethrower really shines, because it shoots, and the first units you're shooting at are probably dead, but then the reinforcing units that are moving in, get hit by the flamethrower.
It's also pretty nice for cleaning up forces that are proning, which is pretty cool. Like they get prone by the heavy tank, and the flamethrower can just clean them up.
Yeah.
But I guess they're better for the... Oh, man.
Yeah, so like just standing here, the flamethrowers is nasty, because then he has to actually approach into you.
TiTo is actually doing good. He managed to get a small ore patch in the middle, securing that. And he's trying to... He's harassing both of expansions of Juicebox in the north, which I like. He just harassed the middle one a little bit. Didn't lose much, but managed to kill 2 harvesters.
Yeah, I think TiTo's ahead. He's also got double war factor.
Yep, and now he's going to harass the other one, which is good.
Do you have money for that?
Oh, he's got flamethrowers here in defense. Let's see if they can clean. Oh my god. Look at the kill bounties, dude. It's like someone's just throwing with cash and he's just inning it. Look at that.
Another thing about when they attack, the infantry tend to clump up when they go prone.
Yep.
So it's just another reason flamethrowers are good when defending.
I should use flamethrowers more. I don't use them at all, actually, as Soviet so far.
They're hard to use, I think, but they're really good when you get them right. Because the problem with a flamethrower is you're really weak to crushing. Because now you have this extremely expensive blob that's really like tightly packed together. So if one tank gets in, and flamethrowers don't really help against tanks because they move, you just get crushed. And you lose a ton of value because you're getting all these expensive flamethrowers crushed.
Child is streaming his Ragdoll game right now. Oh, let's see if we... Oh, I can't get into that anymore, obviously. And isn't TiTo supposed to be playing in a few minutes?
Yeah, this match may have went longer than he expected.
Yeah, I'm guessing the same thing, but he managed to come back from this.
I think, yeah, if he defends his main, he probably wins. I don't know about... you should split his forces better. I guess he doesn't know how big this attack is.
No.
Well, I think he'll... Oh, he doesn't have Kanyar radius. He needs to move a Kanyar back.
Yep.
Oh, he only has one.
Oh, this... Ooh, the APC was doing work there.
Oh, he produced an MCV out of the wrong war factory. He could have popped it out on the right side.
Yeah, that would have been better. Definitely, so he could clear some
stack. He defended it. I underestimated those flamethrowers again.
Yeah, they cleaned that up like holy hell. And of course he had 5 heavy tanks as well. But...
Yeah, but I was thinking the infantry would just run him over, but the flamethrowers took care of it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No.
Maybe shouldn't have chased it though.
No.
He's trading down here now.
Yeah, he has an idle MCV as well in the middle.
But Juicebox has no eco, and we've got more heavy tanks on the left side. Both left sides, in fact. It's got heavy tanks everywhere, which is part of the benefit of going double war factory. You can kind of just throw these heavy tanks into every expansion.
Yeah, agreed. And 2 it does a lot. Oh, and he's... Oh, this is nice as well. He's sneaking his Conyard behind.
Well, I actually don't think that's nice, but... because if
like
Juicebox actually had an army, he could easily clean up the MCV. But if he went, you know, the more safe way, he could always retreat.
That is true. And he has really no idea. He could have used his heavy tanks on that patch maybe for scouting it out first and then try to go for that play.
Yeah, I mean, he could just crush it with the 2 heavy tanks. He just needs a little bit of barracks production. Because now he's wasting all his money on these flame towers.
Yeah, and
he really needs money, not flame towers.
And the funny thing is they're on the wrong side. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, that's the problem. He has to defend both sides now.
Oh, this
Who's
is nice.
surrounded now?
TiTo managed to find a new expansion from Juicebox. And he actually invested 2 refs in it.
Oh. And there's 2 tanks in it.
Yep, again. Yeah,
pretty good harassment by TiTo.
Yeah, I have to agree. And I think that's also something that made him stay in the game a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, it's won him the game, I'm pretty sure.
This blob needs more flame units. Nice micro with the heavy tank from Juice in TiTo's
he
main.
really should have sent that MCV back to his main instead of its merry-go-round on the left side. Like, what's the MCV in the middle doing? It's doing literally nothing. He could also move that back now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's always good to, like, have one MCV on each flank. Like, imagine the map's divided 50-50. You want one MCV on the left side, you want one MCV on the right side. That may mean in your main base, or it may mean a little bit forward up, depending on the map.
Both players just on 0 cash right now.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice. TiTo lost his expansion in the bottom. That makes sense.
Juicebox, you mean?
Well, Juicebox did too, but TiTo had a fully mining expansion in the bottom middle, and now there's just a couple rocket soldiers sitting there.
Still, it's pretty even. Well, TiTo's army value is a lot higher though. It's probably mainly because of all the heavy tanks he has.
Yeah, he's got 11.
Yeah.
Actually, he's got more heavy tanks than infantry.
He only has like 1 infantry blob in the main base, but those infantry blobs have been MVPs. But yeah, like Juicebox manages every time he gets chased off from an ore patch or an expansion, he always comes back. Like this is like the 2nd time or 3rd time he re-expanded.
Yeah, TiTo's not doing TiTo's tunnel visioning a bit. He needs to split up more and hit more areas. Because like every time Juicebox dies somewhere, he just expands on the other side of the map. And
Yep.
then TiTo's not there, and then he goes to the other side, and then to the
Exactly.
other side. See, this is good. TiTo's actually attacking the right side now. And he could defend the left side, sort of.
But as you mentioned, that Juicebox is now mining again in the north, where the heavy tanks moved away to go to
Right.
the other expansion.
And there's like 4 heavy tanks idling on the bottom, which is a lot of assets. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but you
Yeah.
know, heavy tanks are 1100 times 5. You can't underestimate how expensive heavy tanks are. That could be like 30 riflemen and 7 rocket soldiers, and that would look like a huge army.
Yep, and I believe he could really use them with his infantry blob right now, to be honest.
Need more
Yes.
harvester kills, though.
Yeah.
He should probably tech up at this point. Well, maybe he needs more refinery.
That's actually a good question that I want to ask. Like, usually when the build order ends, it usually goes like, from here on out you can actually do whatever you want to do. But, like, if you go, for example, it doesn't actually matter, but like for War Factory first, what it's a good idea to do? Like, usually after I got my expansion, I usually put like another Rex down, or maybe at least 2. And then maybe an extra War Factory. But when should I go for like a Radar Dome, or like a second War Factory, or stuff like that?
It's a little personal preference. Some players like, what's his name again? Morkel?
Yeah.
Just likes to continually ramp up production and doesn't know what a radar dome is, which can be viable. Personally, I like a bit more tech play. And I will, basically my goal is I need a stable economy. So I will continually build refineries and barracks until I feel comfortable enough to tech to radar dome. So if my opponent is constantly harassing my refineries and I'm constantly losing ground, losing refineries, losing harvesters, it's like this brutal bloodbath, I never go to radar dome. I only go to radar dome when things get a bit calmer and I have lots of harvesters happily mining and I have a bit of a bank.
Okay, that's usually what my intuition is as well. I usually want to have to secure my expansions and my economy, and when I actually feel like I'm in a good position to do so, then I usually go for a radar dome. Because I like the radar dome, because for Soviet it gives me like the aircraft and also the superpowers, support powers, like power bombs and stuff. So it's a real game changer, but as you mentioned as well.
You need the money to build the aircraft,
Yep.
and you don't want to sack vehicle or infantry production to build aircraft. You just need to have more money.
Meanwhile, TiTo is cleaning up the main base, and he's about to. He took down the War Factory, which was Juicebox only War Factory. Yep, and there goes the
that's
GG. TiTo turned it around.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Very good game. Congrats to both players, and now TiTo is probably sweating his ass off and instantly moving to his Raggle match.
At least you got a win.
Yeah, that he actually.
If he had
got a
lost
win.
this game, I think he would have been completely demoralized.
Maybe Spetsnaz actually wished for that.